Hello everyone. Welcome once again to the beginner to advanced Excel course for data analytics and business operations. We are learning about pivot tables and pivot charts in Excel. This is a quick guide where you will get information about pivot tables and pivot charts. Here we have created a simple pivot table with the help of sample superstore data. So here we have sample superstore data orders. You can see these orders are made on different dates. So these orders are from 2014 to 2017, and that's why we have orders of every month. Here you will have sales column. In the sales column you can see numbers representing the amount of sales and profit. We have created a pivot table here, and in this pivot table we are showing average of sales over all 12 months and average of profit over all 12 months. So these 12 rows are representing January, February, March, April and so on. And on the basis of this, we have created these simple pivot charts. This pivot chart is representing average sales and average profit. The average sales is the blue line and average profit is the red line here. So we can see, obviously we can do a lot of other things with pivot charts, and that's why we should start learning pivot tables and pivot charts in Excel. Before starting, we have to understand what is a pivot table. Pivot table allows you to summarize, analyze and organize data dynamically. With pivot charts, you can visualize the summarized data graphically as we saw. So first thing is to summarize and analyze the data dynamically, and then to visualize the summarized data graphically. A pivot table is a powerful Excel feature that allows you to summarize large datasets, calculate metrics like sum, average, count, minimum, maximum, those type of things you can do, and easily rearrange data by dragging fields into rows, columns, or filters. So, as a beginner, you can see we have a very simple data here. In this data, you can see we have two values of north region, two values of south region, two values of east region. We have product A being sold, some you can say product A is sold 2 times, B is also sold 2 times and C is also sold 2 times. And then we have sales in quantity. So if someone asks you what is the sales of north, what you have to do is you have to actually combine these two values, and then you will be able to tell the total sales of north region, which is 12,000. But there many other questions can also be answered, like what is the average sales of north. Although this data is very small data, but as I showed you the sample superstore data, there we had 10,000 rows of data, and in those 10,000 rows there were many orders from north region. So if someone asks you the sales of north region, so you can tell average, you can tell total count of orders or total count of sales, and you can tell total value of sales. You can tell minimum, maximum. So these aggregate values like average, minimum, maximum, count, sum, etc. will define the data, will describe the data. Okay. So your table may have other values, but this is what actually will happen. Another example that we have is this financial sample data, where you will have many categorical columns like segment is. So if the product was sold, what was the sales amount, what was the gross sales, sales price of one product, total units sold. So let's configure sales here. So country wise we can tell total number of sales, segment wise we can sell total sales, and product wise we can sell total sales, minimum sales, average sales. You know, we can tell standard deviation of sales for these products. There many things can be done. So this is where group by, we are grouping the data by product name or country name or segment name, and when you group the data by some column, then obviously you have to use some kind of aggregate measure, because when you are grouping the data, so in your group only 5 values will be there. Currently there are 701 rows, but when you will group the data, that group will have only 5 rows, and when it is in 5 rows, then you cannot tell 701 sales in 5 rows. So you have to group it, you have to summarize it, and that's why you use aggregate functions as we mentioned. Whenever you have data like this, although we will learn on this small data so that you can understand. So you can say that for north region, you know, average sales is 6,000, total sales is 2, sum of sales is 12,000, minimum is 5,000, maximum is 7,000. So this is the scenario. A pivot chart is a graphical representation of the pivot table. So we have also created a pivot chart on this data. So this is the pivot table where we have grouped the data by region. So for every region you will have one record. Here for every region you can have any number of records because this is actual data. But in pivot table for every region, because you are grouping the data by region, so for every region you will have only one record here, and what the aggregate that we are using is sum of sales. So here you can see a graphical representation of that. How to create all of this, that we will learn. So now first you have understood the data. Let's say we have this example scenario. So in our example scenario we have this data which I will provide you in the description of this video. The goal is to summarize the total sales by region and create a chart for visualization. So steps to create a pivot table will be, first you have to select the data set. So first you have to select the data set, then in insert tab you will find pivot table. Here you will see two options. One option is from table range or from external data source. We have to use it from table range, and here it is asking you choose where you want to show the pivot table or where you want the pivot table to be placed. So your new pivot table that will be created. So you can create a new worksheet here, okay, and you can click OK. So when you will click OK, a new sheet will open and you will see your pivot table here. In this pivot table, it will be asked to select columns. So because we have to show region wise, so the first column we will select is region, and you will see the distinct selection of region, and a row, the aggregate row grand total will also be created. Then you also have your columns, in rows you have region. Now you have to select a numerical value. So that value, that numerical value, you can select this also. So this way you will have sum of quantity, sum of sales. Okay. So this is something that you are seeing. And so you are using columns, as in columns you are showing the values, and the values that you are showing are sum of sales and sum of quantity. What if we want to show something else? Okay. So what if we have to show average of something? So here you can see, from here you can arrange this first of all. So you can drag and arrange them. And when you will click on this, let's say I clicked on this, you will see value field setting, and here we can do count, average, max, min, etc. So we can say average of quantity. Okay, average of quantity and sum of sales. So you can show different type of things, and here you can see the scale is very much different. Like average sales, average of quantity is 27, and sum of sales will be in obviously in concurrency. But this is how you can do. Here also, like you can show count. So whatever measure you want to show, you will be able to show. Let's select sum. So once we have created the pivot table, when you will click on pivot table and go to insert, you can click on the pivot chart. When you will click on the pivot chart, this will open, and based on your selection, you will be able to show the data. Now before that, let's say we have selected only region and sales and not quantity. So in this case, we can go to pivot chart and select any graph. Since east, north, south, all these categorical variables in the region, all these values that are there in the categorical variable region, all these values are not in any particular order. So in this case, we can either go with a pie chart or a bar chart. Okay, bar chart or column chart, which are same, just horizontal and vertical. So if, let's say we are going with a bar, and this way you will be able to create a bar like this, and you can rename it like region wise sales. So the thing is, our data was not like that. Our data was having same value for different, like our data was having grouped values like north region twice, south region twice, east region twice, product name is also appearing twice. So but what we have done here is in the pivot table we are able to show the graph, which is a summarization. So like we are showing sum of sales, you can very easily show average sales, you can very easily do all of that. Now suppose quantity was also there. Okay, so if you will add quantity, you will see a very small graph here, and this small bar length that I would say, so this small bar length is because sum of sales and sum of quantity have different scales. It is 13,000, it is only 55. So this is a combo chart that is created automatically. So just click on this, or you can click on your chart and go to insert and go to the pivot chart once again. So here you pivot chart is unavailable, we have to click here, yeah, then only it will be available. And then you have to click on combo. Here in combo, if you remember the previous lecture also, we discussed that we can show a combination of line and bar chart. Okay, you can also show clustered bar which is coming. So we can simply select a clustered column, stacked column, and this also as a stacked column. So this way also we can show. Okay, but one more graph will be that we can do here is sum of quantity like this. Okay, so sum of sales as a clustered column and sum of quantity as a line. This is one way. Obviously you can try different type of options in order to understand. So on one axis you will have sum of quantity, okay, and on other axis you will have sum of sales. So this is one thing that you can do. Now we can go back again, we have to click on this to enable this. In combo you can choose whatever combination you want actually. Okay, so for example, sorry, so let's say here we want a bar like this. Okay, and here also we want a bar like this. So this is also that you can do. So in one axis, that is on the bottom horizontal axis, you will be able to see your sum of sales, sorry, sum of quantity, and in red sum of sales. When you will create this, you will see a graph like this. You can create any type of combo. So this is a very simple way of creating pivot charts. with the help of pivot table in Excel. Now, let's say we have product and we also want to see the product wise data. So we can drag product, so select product and drag it in the filters and it will appear here. So let's say we want to see for product A only. So now you are seeing that data for product A only. Okay. Product B, you can select multiple also. So it will be a checkbox. Now for both product A and B. Okay. Product is multiple items. So this way you can apply filters in your pivot table as well. So this is a very simple explanation of pivot tables. Please try this, and with the help of this you can create interactive dashboards in Excel itself. Thanks for watching the video. We will cover more topics related to Excel data analysis and Excel basics in upcoming chapters.